Today we're taking a look at these NFL Super Bowl, which is happening on Sunday, February 12, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for that ultimate game. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comments section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comment section below. Kansas City Chiefs versus Philadelphia Eagles. It is that time of year again, arguably the most anticipated professional sporting event in American culture, the Super Bowl. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles will square off in Super Bowl 57 to be crowned the champion of the National Football League. Kansas City comes into this contest after going 14-3 in the regular season, and then knocking off Jacksonville in the divisional round and Cincinnati in the AFC Championship game. They arrive having won 7 straight games. The Eagles have reached Scottsdale, Arizona thanks to a 14-3 regular season as well, and then victories over the New York Giants in the divisional round, followed by a thumping of the 49ers in the NFC Championship game. The Eagles have won 3 straight games and 8 of their last 10. The opening kick, following a day's worth of pomp and circumstance, is scheduled for 6:30 p.m. EST. Kansas City survived the Bengals in the AFC Championship game to reach the Super Bowl for the 3rd time in 4 seasons. The Chiefs seek their 2nd Super Bowl trophy in that span as they take the field here. Against Cincinnati, Kansas City started strong, leading 3-0 after 1 quarter, 6-0 2 seconds into the 2nd quarter, and 13-3 with 3:53 to play in the first half. The Chiefs saw the Bengals storm back to tie the game at 13 and again at 20 after Kansas City went in front 20-13. In the end, the game came down to one final drive as Kansas City went 26 yards in 4 plays over 27 seconds, set up by a big punt return by Sky Moore, to set up Harrison Butker's game-winning 45-yard field goal with 3 seconds to play. That was set up by an unnecessary roughness penalty on the Bengals' Joseph Osai as Patrick Mahomes scrambled out of bounds to convert a 3rd down play. The Chiefs held a 357-309 edge in total offense, picked up 23 first downs while allowing 18, won the time of possession by a 32-51 to 27-09 margin, and forced 2 turnovers while committing 1. This is the first matchup between the 2 number 1 seeds in the Super Bowl since the Eagles defeated the Patriots for their one and only Super Bowl title 5 years ago. The Chiefs come in with the edge and experience both as a team and on the coaching staff. Andy Reid makes his 4th Super Bowl appearance and Patrick Mahomes plays in his 3rd. Philadelphia head coach Nick Sirianni makes his 1st appearance in the Super Bowl, and this will be Hurts' first title game start since being benched by Alabama 5 years ago. So it will be the difference in a matchup of the top 2 scoring offenses this season? Let's take a look. As for common opponents, there were 6: Arizona, Indianapolis, San Francisco, Tennessee, Jacksonville, and Houston. The Chiefs went 6-1 against those teams, beating Jacksonville twice. Meanwhile, the Eagles went a perfect 6-0 in those games. The one team that gave them both trouble was the Colts. The Colts won the turnover battle in each matchup by the count of 2-1. Against the Chiefs, the Colts manhandled the Kansas City ground game, holding them to 58 yards on 23 carries. They also threw the ball 37 times for just an average of 4.1 yards per catch. Against the Eagles, the Colts again slowed the ground game. This time they held the Eagles to 99 yards on 26 carries. This game features 2 of the best quarterbacks in the NFL that play very different styles. Mahomes should be able to move much better in the pocket with 2 weeks to rest his ankle, but he moves around to throw rather than run. Hurts runs a number of designed runs and will escape trouble far more frequently with his legs. In his only loss as a starter this year, to the Commanders, Washington simply kept the ball out of Hurts' hands. They ran the ball 40 times in the game and won the time of possession battle, 40-24 to 19-36. The Chiefs are not built that way. They can't run the ball 40 times to be effective. They will certainly try to run between 20 to 30 times, but the Eagles' front 4 should be able to contain a Chiefs backfield that does not possess a true game breaker. In the Chiefs' 2 other losses this season, the story was their inability to stop the run and difficulty with the other team's number 1 receiver. In their loss to Buffalo, the Bills ran for 125 yards on 31 carries and number 1 wideout Stephon Diggs had 10 catches against the young Chiefs secondary. In their loss to the Bengals in the regular season, the Bengals ran for 152 yards on 34 carries with even Joe Burrow running 11 times for nearly 50 yards. Jamar Chase had 7 catches for nearly 100 yards in the game as well. The Eagles have a vastly superior ground attack to both those teams, and you better believe they will run the ball close to or exceeding 40 times in this game. Our team pick is Eagles minus 1.5. On the season, the Chiefs are first in the league in passing offense with an average of 297.8 yards per contest this season. Kansas City stands 20th in the league in rushing offense as they grind out 115.9 yards per game on the year. The Chiefs are first in the league in scoring offense as they put up an average of 29.2 points per contest. Kansas City stands 16th in scoring defense by allowing 21.7 points a game this year. Patrick Mahomes is the signal caller for the Chiefs and he's completed 435 of 648 passes for 5,250 yards with 41 touchdowns and 12 interceptions on the year. He's second on the team with 358 rushing yards plus 4 scores. In the run game, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is third on the team with 71 carries for 302 yards plus 3 scores this season. Isaiah Pacheco 170 carries, 830 yards, 5 TD, and Jerick McKinnon 72 carries, 291 yards, TD, have been involved in the ground game as well. There is no shortage in targets in the passing game, highlighted by Travis Kelce's 110 receptions for 1,338 yards and 12 scores this season. Juju Smith-Schuster, 78 catches, 933 yards, 3 TD. Mecole Hardman, 25 grabs, 297 yards, 4 TD. McKinnon, 56 catches, 512 yards, 9 TD. And Marquez Valdes-Scantling, 42 catches, 687 yards, 2 TD. All have been good targets this season. Harrison Butker has hit 38 of 41 extra point attempts and 18 of 24 field goal attempts with a long of 62 this season. Safety Eric Reed is 1 of 2 on extra points without attempting a field goal, while Matt Amendola has connected on 3 of 4 extra points and 3 of his 4 field goal attempts with a long of 31 on the year. Matthew Wright is 5 of 5 on extra points and 2 of 2 on field goals with a long of 44. For the year, the Eagles are 9th in the league in passing offense with 241.5 yards per game and 5th in rushing offense with 147.6 yards per contest. Philadelphia stands 3rd in the league in scoring offense with 28.1 points per game, while they are 8th in the league in scoring defense by allowing 20.2 points per contest. Jalen Hurts has completed 306 of 460 passes for 3,701 yards with 22 touchdowns against 6 interceptions while getting sacked 38 times. He is second on the team on the ground with 165 carries for 760 yards and 13 scores. Gardner Minshew hit 44 of 76 passes for 663 yards with 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Miles Sanders contributes 259 carries for 1,269 yards plus 11 scores. Boston Scott 54 carries, 217 yards, 3 TD, and Kenneth Gainwell 53 carries, 240 yards, 4 TD, are solid contributors as well. A.J. Brown was second on the team with 88 receptions for 1,496 yards plus 11 scores. Dallas Goedert 55 receptions, 702 yards, 3 TD, and Devonta Smith, team high 95 grabs, 1,196 yards, 7 TD, are top-tier options when the Eagles go to the air. Jake Elliott has hit 51 of 53 extra point attempts and 20 of 23 field goal attempts with a long of 54 this season. Kansas City has seen the underpost an 11-8 mark in their 19 games in relation to the total this season. The Chiefs enter this game with 4 unders in their last 5 games, including 3 straight. Philadelphia enters this game having seen the over hit in 10 of their 19 games on the year. The Eagles went over the number in 4 of their 8 games away from home this season. While these are 2 of the 3 highest scoring offenses in the league, you have to think that the Eagles' penchant to lean on the run game is going to lead to some methodical, ball-controlled drives that chew up clock. The total has edged up during the course of the week and it might be slightly too high here. Lean toward the under as the teams fall just short of the mark. Our total pick is under 51.